Now, just scanning over these deck lists, I see that Video Gamer as is focusing on that bridge control. We see the Illusion Cleaver and the Screaming Scrat just listed down in all of his deck lists, while Nurzal has no one mana cost cards. He has the Bat and the Illusion Cleaver and the Screaming Scrat on the sideboard, but none in the main roster of his decks.
Right, but that of course means he could pop in all three of those into any deck that he wants to. So he's got full range of bringing into any of his decks the same way that Gamer does. Alrighty, so we're getting into it. Nurzal running his Ratbo versus Gamer on his Nola Wayne. Knowing these two players and what they're running in their deck lists, it's likely that we'll see Nurzal's Sniper Squad coming out of this deck, and hopefully Gamer has opted to bring his Nerver the Fallen card into his deck so that he can answer those Sniper Squads instantly.
And yeah, we see here that Video Gamer does bring in Niver the Fallen one, so that Niver Slumbers is actually going to be a amazing counter, and there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Before Nurzal can even, spend that Bannerman, which wouldn't have saved those cards necessarily in this case, but before he even gets it off, the Sniper Squad goes down, and that Bannerman will just sit in hand. The Bridge Shrine and the Bounty Sniper both coming through for Gamer to accelerate his XP growth, but he is still slightly behind just in bridge control. But he should be bringing it back here in this same moment that I'm speaking about it. Nurzal actually running the Illusory Cleaver plus Whirly Scrat combo, a variant of the Cleaver plus Whirly Scrat combo. Instead using the Whirly Scrat now, if he had a real Cleaver, that Defensive Chopper wouldn't have been a problem for him. But instead that Defensive Chopper played at the bridge stops it right in his tracks, and that will be no problem for Nurzal. Surprisingly, Nurzal plays all of his cards. The Bannerman, the Crossbow Dudes, and the Sniper Squad are all in the same spot, opening himself up to a nasty little high value Nervous Slumbers to take them all out.
But man, that Wheel of Doom coming out from Video Gamer just got so much value, getting that Warrior. Surprisingly enough, even with that Bridge Shrine, they're actually tied in experience.
Yeah, that is the nature of going up against a Rappo who just has the ongoing bridge control against you. You do have to put in a little bit more oomph than just dropping the Bridge Shrine, but Gamer getting a slight lead here. We'll see which direction it goes. He's got a Bounty Sniper set up again. We'll see if Nurzal takes the Fireball or the... He doesn't go for it soon enough. Or actually, there was a visual glitch there on my end. The Daka does actually take down the Bounty Sniper, despite it looking like it was aimed at a different unit.
Now, with the Never Slumbers being like the perfect counter for the Sniper Squad, I like to see that Nurzal keeps tossing them out, because once like the action gets going, it's actually pretty hard to react fast enough for the Sniper Squad to split. As we just see here, the Sniper Squad is gonna be, and look at that, they split just far enough for the Nervous Slumbers to only take out one of them.
A nicely played Daka by Nurzal, nearly perfectly timed. He does answer the sniper behind the Bounty Sniper as soon as the Bounty Sniper goes down. Gamer actually taking a lot of damage here from the units. He's just leaving on his face each time. Morelia, of course, has a slightly lower attack speed than some other units or some other masters in the game, and so she does sometimes need assistance with dealing with things on base, especially when it's a bunch of sprats and a big board.
And now we see here the Queen's Dragon coming out. This is the huge swing from Morelia. A lot of games are finished with just the dragon, so we'll see how Nurzal can counter that.
Right, he does have the tools he needs with the Daka and the Sniper Squad, if he can play them properly, in this case. He didn't get the Sniper Squad out as soon as he wanted to, because he could have split them sooner if he had them in hand sooner, but he just didn't prepare. And he doesn't hold on to a Wheel of Doom counter his hand when he does play the Sniper Squad, so they do go down to the Wheel of Doom. That Nerver is looking pretty damaged up, beat up, just from all this scratch swarming in though. And it does look like Nerver will be going down soon. Gamer has taken a bit of an XP lead during that time period that was happening, with the Bridge Shrine running in the back. Nurzal does seem to be in the more favorable position here, even with Gamer ahead in XP slightly. But if Gamer can get to Mana Frenzy with that Bounty Sniper going, it'll be huge mana gains for him in the late game. And some misplays by Nurzal on the top lane with that Illusory Cleaver has to respond with a Whirly Scratch that's almost completely wasted.
Now, even though Niver really didn't do much damage to the face, what I really like about Niver is that once you place her down, she basically maintains that bridge for you until she's dead.
Oh, but of course, running Nerva the Fallen in the deck, Gamer's able to bring out one more. Since he is on this Morelia and has been accumulating those accursed Ascension stacks. So it'll be interesting to see if he can win the game off of this one here.
And now Nurzal reaches Mana Frenzy too, so it's gonna be a battle of the XP.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nurzal's just not preparing for these Wheels of Doom and Nervous Slumbers cards. He does have a counter in hand to the Wheel of Doom right now, but he doesn't play it. Again, he plays the Warrior bot lane instead of protecting his Sniper Squad when he really needed to protect them. But he is maintaining these bridges really well, surprisingly, and it's holding him in there. But another Nerver might just come out from Gamer's hand as soon as this one goes down, so he needs to be ready to answer them. Again, he has the answer to block the Wheel of Doom in hand, it just doesn't answer the Wheel of Doom. So the Sniper Squad that would otherwise be winning in the game right now is completely useless then.
And then now we see the Niver not reaching face, but doing what she does best. She's stalling. She's keeping that bridge, and the Video Gamer is actually having so much mana from that Mana Frenzy that he's able to just Beam of Doom down. Do we see the wheel coming out again for the Sniper Squad? Yes, we do.
It's a strange phenomenon to see. Nurzal just not concerned about the fact that the Sniper Squad dies every time. He just doesn't realize the power of blocking blocking it with a Whirly Scratch or and this time it just gets beamed. He's really just getting punished, but he is getting the bridge control that he needs right here.
Nurzal actually
was on the back foot actually.
Yeah, what a turn of events. Nurzal with just that aggro, that constant pressure from those strats, keeping look at that, it's like a conga line.
Yeah, that's what when you're up against a Rappo, you just can't let them get that momentum. And with the Bounty Sniper being placed in pocket for a ripe little fireball from Nurzal every time, he's kind of set up in a bad spot. Gamer should be going for these Beams of Doom on face if he wants a chance to win this, I think. At this point, if he can, there's one of them. He just needs two more, or a combination of Wheel of Doom to answer it. There's another Wheel of Doom, so one more beam and one more wheel will seal the deal. but Nurzal can block these Wheels of Doom. He needs to block the Wheel of Doom lethal that's about to be coming in soon, really. There's the Beam of Doom. He has to block this Wheel of Doom or it's game over for him. He has the card in hand to block it. Does he block it? He does not block it. And that's going to be game 1 going to Videogamer77.
Oh man, and the Nurzal was just so close to taking that game back too.
Yeah, he had all the opportunity in the world, really. He had what he needed and just didn't capitalize.
Now Nurzal is gonna go with the APEP. Now we'll see what he uses to counter that Queen's Dragon coming in from the APEP.
Right. Yeah, with this APEP, I'm thinking he's gonna have less answers than he did in that first game. He really had the deck he needed to answer that Morelia in the game 1. So it's gonna be up to him to. He's got to do, look at what he can do with his sideboard. Although he didn't really bring such great sideboard options from the looks of it, so he doesn't have a whole lot he can switch out here to get a more optimal APEP. He's basically just Bridge Shrine racing him. He does have that Bounty Sniper and that Bridge Shrine, so it's just going to be a big race if he can win before that Morelia's Queen Dragon comes out. Might have a shot, but I'm thinking he's gonna have a hard time answering the dragon if it does make it onto the field. He does have a Curse Bear.
He just needs the high roll with his perk 1 and perk 3.
Right. It could all rest on that too. He does have the Curse Bear to answer the dragon a little bit, but with repeated dragons coming through and Gamer running the answers to that Curse Bear, it's not something you can just rely on completely.
And here we go. Game 2 of the set start.
Let's do. APEP demands worship.
Alrighty. See them getting into it. Plasma Marines to take the bridge. Gamer with a far back illusory cleaver for his start. There's the Nervous Slumbers coming out on the Bounty Sniper as we could expect as soon as that card comes into play. And Nurzal not having his answer to the Bounty Sniper yet in hand, but doesn't quite need it with a Mortal coming through instead. And that's going to be a pretty high value defensive chop for Nurzal, running very few ranged units in his deck. It's mostly going to be melee units that are going down to that defensive chopper if Gamer's willing to drop it like that and just get all that value soaked in.
Now Nurzal's deck list for APEP doesn't have any counters for that Bounty Sniper, so we're looking to see if he put in that Sunburn to counter Videogamer's Bounty Sniper.
Right. Well, that's a good Wheel of Doom from Videogamer. Lands it right on the nose where it needs to land. Just because punishing Nurzal for placing his defense zone in such a risky position, really. Nurzal takes a whole lot of damage from those Brothers of Light, though, because he's just not running what he needs to run to slow them down as much as he needs to. Even if that defensive had been there, those Brothers of Light will tear through it pretty quickly. It's not your, optimal answer to dealing with that card.
Yeah, now coming from Nurzal, I want to see a lot of positioning be done here. Knowing that Videogamer has that Wheel of Doom, he needs to place the units kind of using Videogamer's minions as like a decoy, as like a shield.
That's a buffed up Succubus right there, and Nurzal's deck's just not really equipped with all these melee units in it. He doesn't have such great answers to answer it. He's got a Shield Totem and Plasma Marines, so it's his best bet right here. And he hasn't played the Plasma Marines yet. Instead, he's answering everything else around. But Succubus is still beating down on him and tanking. So he does take some residual damage from that Succubus, but now that the Nervous Slumbers comes out, well, that's what happens. He can play the Bounty Sniper, but he doesn't protect it again, even though he, as in the last match, he had cards in hand prepared to block that Wheel of Doom, and he doesn't block it. So he's just not taking the opportunity to care for his sniper minions that can go so high value if he protects them. Gamer reaching a Cursed Ascension here, so soon we'll be seeing that Nerve of the Fallen played before Part 3 was even achieved by Gamer. A Shield Totem plus Plasma Marines is probably the best answer to this again. And Plasma Marines played a bit late, but answered again, and it's going to be game 3, or game 2 going over to Gamer in just a moment here. I don't think he can stop this push.
Yeah, that Spirit buffed Succubus just does so much work, seeing how the only ranged cards in Nurzal's deck is that Bounty Sniper and Plasma Marines.
Right, it's just one Wheel of Doom away from being Gamer's game, and Gamer knows how to land that Wheel of Doom against this opponent from what we've seen so far. Oh, but instead, Gamer's actually gonna be looking for the Nerve or the Fallen finish. Oh, but there it is. There's the Wheel of Doom. He just wanted to get the dragon out there before he went to close it out. Again, I will point out that Nurzal did have Defensive Chopper in hand with enough mana to play it to stop that wheel and did not stop it. I just want to point that out for our audience.